Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 17 Pro and compare it against the Samsung Galaxy S25 and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, these two phones are very interesting. They're some of the best devices you can basically get your hands on nowadays. So it's always really important to kind of see what the main differences are and the capability between both. Now, if you want to pick up either one of these particular phones, links will be down in the description below. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside between both, the Samsung Galaxy S25 came out a little bit earlier this particular year. And on the front side of the Galaxy S25, you're basically going to be able to go through and get a 6.2-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED display. And it is a fantastic panel. It's a very, very nice looking display. It gets fairly bright 2600 nits of peak brightness. The phone itself is very thin bezeled. You have the hole punch display at the very top. It's a very good looking device, and if I'm about to go through and pick up a phone, I'm definitely a really big fan of the way this particular device holds up. It's 120 hertz, and like I said, if you're going to go through and pick up a phone and pick up a panel, this thing is a really, really good option for sure. Now, with something like the iPhone 17 Pro, on the other hand, this type of panel, this type of phone, is going to be giving you a 6.3-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display. So this one is going to be a slightly different type of experience. It's a bigger sized panel, slightly, than the Galaxy S25. It's an LTPO display, basically the same thing, but this one now gives you a 3000 nits of peak brightness. So that is a pretty big advantage here. I would say that's going from one phone to the other, you are going to see a slight difference here, which is actually a really, really cool thing. But beyond that, you're still getting the dynamic island, which is kind of like a bigger hole punch than what the Galaxy S25 is kind of giving you. Now, they're both also built relatively the same way as well. So they're both giving you these flat sides right here. The iPhone 17 Pro is giving you these buttons on the left side. The Galaxy S25 has nothing here except for this antenna band. On the bottom, both of them are giving you USB Type-C ports, but the Galaxy S25 still gives you a SIM card tray. That's something the iPhone 17 Pro does not give you anymore, except for this model. And they also have these buttons on the side. The iPhone 17 Pro has this dedicated camera button, which is nice, and then they have the rest of the buttons on the side right here, nothing at the top. On the back side, there's also some key differences here. So with the iPhone 17 Pro, this phone is giving you this triple camera setup, LiDAR sensor right there. The Galaxy S25 triple camera setup this way with the flash right there. Both have wireless charging. The Galaxy S25 has reverse wireless charging. The iPhone 17 Pro does not have it. It has reverse wired charging, which is slightly different. So when it comes down to the exterior, I feel like both these phones hold up very, very well, and I'm actually a really big fan of the way these phones kind of hold up. But I will tell you, I think the Galaxy S25 still feels more like a flagship to me, just because it does give you that reverse wireless charging, which is something the 17 Pro kind of misses out on. Now, when it comes down to their price tags, the Galaxy S25 is slightly cheaper in the brand new market than an iPhone 17 Pro, but the iPhone 17 Pro is also more expensive than the Galaxy S25 in the used market. I mean, the Galaxy S25 you can probably buy for around $450 in the used market. The iPhone 17 Pro is still costing $1099. It just came out, so it's still going to be that price for quite some time. So that is kind of one of those things to keep in mind there as well. So that kind of covers it up there. Now let's go do a speed comparison between both of these phones. The Samsung Galaxy S25, let's start here, has that Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset on its side, basically with 12 gigabytes of RAM, where the iPhone 17 Pro has that Apple A19 Pro chipset on its side with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the applications are cleared out in the background, so let's get into it. We can do some random applications like phone calls and those types of ones, even their camera application. This one might be a little bit more difficult since these applications and phones are slightly different. They're not going to share all the applications with one another. But it does look like to me the Galaxy S25 is doing a pretty good job right here for the most part. If I kind of get into some of these other third-party applications that I have here, we can kind of see which one would be kind of the slightly better one. If we do like Pew Pew Live, this is one of my favorite games. If we go and open this one up, very similar type of experience there as far as I can tell. Hopping out of this one, let's go and get into a different one and try something like Stack 3, 2, 1. And with this one, okay, a little bit of a different pop-up here. I think it really would just be dependent on that pop-up. I don't know why there's random pop-ups like that all the time. If we get into the actual game, you can see right here, basically the same type of experience. The RAM is also going to be roughly around the same since they're both basically the same type of amount of RAM on the side. We can try something like, let's try Snapchat 321. It does feel like to me the Galaxy S25 opens up the application faster like when I click on it. This is also on One UI 8. So it's almost like it knows I'm about to click on that application, like that's how fast it feels. It's actually kind of crazy. The iPhone 17 Pro animations have also gotten improved inside of iOS 26, so that is also another cool thing going on there. But that was a slight difference that I just noticed like immediately. I'm trying to find Temple Run 2. It looks like I don't even have that downloaded here, but I should. So let's try this one. 3, 2, 1. This is a bigger type of application as well. It's a bigger type of game. So there could be a slight difference here as far as I can tell as well. And you can see the Galaxy S25 was the slightly better one here too. Now, I would imagine that if you're going to go through and play these bigger types of games and bigger types of applications, that's probably when you're going to start noticing like maybe a bigger type of difference. If you're going to go through and start doing it. There's glitches kind of between both. It does look like to me the 17 Pro is glitching slightly more, but I would imagine that if you're going to go through and use both of these phones, they're both going to be able to give you a pretty good, lifespan. Like they're both going to feel pretty fast, but I feel like the Galaxy S25 was the slightly faster one as far as I can tell from that side. So that was something that was kind of surprising to me. Otherwise, though, I think both of them did pretty good. If you're going to pick up one, I mean, they're both going to be giving you roughly similar type of experience there. Now, one other area here is also the cameras. So they're both giving you their triple camera setups on the backside. So this is also another really cool area. They both give you 4K at 60 and 120 on the front and the back, although the Galaxy S25 does give you 8K capability on that back camera. That is a really nice advantage there, and if you're going to go through and pick up a phone, that is a very, very good thing about the Galaxy S25. Now, for the Galaxy S25, this type of lens, you're still getting a lot of features built inside of this type of camera. Now you're getting about 30x zoom. So when you're fully zoomed in, it's about 30x, which is really nice. You're still getting, I think, 0.6x zoom on the outside. You're still getting a lot of features built inside of this particular camera as well. You have portrait mode, you still have video, and you have a lot more options inside of more. You have full-on Pro options as well, which is really cool, Pro video. There's a lot of really cool and nice things to kind of keep in mind here and love within something like a Galaxy S25. So it's always really nice to have that type of capability inside the Galaxy S25. The iPhone 17 Pro camera is also still very, very good. So this type of camera is going to be giving you a really good type of experience. You're going to be able to zoom in 40x here, which is crazy. Having 40x zoom is, a lot of zoom to have inside of a phone, and you're going to be getting that type of capability here, which is really cool. And you're still able to get in 0.5, and you have a lot of other features down here as well. So it's really just dependent on how you kind of take a look at it, but I feel like these types of phones give you a really good type of experience there too. So to kind of sum it up, what I definitely will tell you is that I feel like the iPhone 17 Pro for $1,099, it feels like it's more expensive than it should be. Like I feel like this is a very expensive phone, and if I'm about to go through and pick up a device, I feel like this one is kind of pricey. Compared to something like a Galaxy S25, which in the used market is like half the cost of an iPhone 17 Pro, I feel like something like a Galaxy S25 is like a better deal for me, and this one makes more sense to buy. Like if you don't have an Android iOS bias, I think a Galaxy S25 is giving me better features. 8K camera, reverse wireless charging, very, very good performance, very good type of capability, great cameras, like everything, a SIM card tray, like this phone is giving me a lot of stuff, which is something I really like. The iPhone 17 Pro for $1,099 feels very expensive for what I'm getting, especially considering the 16 Pro was $1,000 last year and that phone is probably like $600 now. I feel like this phone is more expensive than what I would want to spend on a phone, to be honest, even though I already spent it on it. Like I would recommend people to buy this phone for $1,099 when that's like $500 or $600. So that one seems like a better deal. It also feels like that's the better phone in my personal opinion. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.